Dee.
And I'm Kayne.
And we're from whysocial. And today we wanted to talk to you quickly about, well, what we thought would be an amazing topic is how do you do relationships? I love relationships. And then also run a business together, because let's be honest, that can be super fucking challenging and some people could not even imagine doing it. So we're going to talk a little bit about how that works for us and how we make it work.
How we make it work most of the time.
Yeah, and that is like totally true. There are times where we literally just want to kill each other and add a baby into the mix. And that just adds a whole nother level of complication.
Yeah. So when we started, we got together, we met each other at a business course or a personal development course, and cut a long story short, we literally only like a couple of months in, Dee quit her job and was like, I'm just going to try business and whatnot. And then I think maybe 3 months in, I'm like, hey, what would you say if I didn't want to work anymore? And then she's like, we'll make it work. So then I quit and we're like, hey, let's just try something. Don't do that. But that's how we started the whole business journey, right?
And initially we actually had separate businesses.
Yeah.
But we ended up like probably 9 months down the track working in the one business.
Yeah. So we had an idea, or Dee had an idea, and then that just took off. And
that's where we put our energy.
And that's where we put all of our energy together. And from then, pretty much, we live together, sleep together, eat together, work together, do everything together.
Yeah.
And some people will find that really hard and torture to spend every single waking moment pretty much with their partner.
Yeah.
However,
some of the
our experience from my perspective has been really, really good. Like, it's actually been a good thing that we spend so much time together, because it has enhanced our relationships so much compared to, I suppose, having a 9 to 5, you come home, like it's mundane,
we get to spend more time with each other.
Yeah. And it's on a deeper level. Like, business is pretty deep. It's pretty impersonal, pretty emotional, pretty like if you want to be good at business, I should preface this. If you want to be good at business, you have to be emotional. You have to be emotionally intelligent and talk about your shit. Can
we get into our tips now?
Oh, okay.
Because we're 2 minutes 30 in and we haven't quite done our tips yet.
Okay, go. So working with her is just challenging.
So I think the top tips for having a relationship and having a business together is, number one for me is setting the expectations, especially within the business, because if one person's doing more than the other, if one person's not pulling their weight, you'll end up having resentment, and we've been there before. So I think that's really, really important. Make sure your expectations are set up, and what roles Kayne does, what roles I do, and what we do together. That would be my number one tip. My number two tip would be communication. Like, there are plenty of times where I've literally wanted to punch you in the face, and we even now, like, you'll see us sometimes on videos, like I'll have to chime in to get my airtime. I know sometimes it doesn't look like it.
I don't talk that much.
But once he gets on a rant, it's like a rant, and you can barely get a word in. So we often still have conversations about that, because I've walked away not really feeling good in a conversation. What else would be your tips?
I think communication's number one. Like, that's just for me. As long as you have that and you communicate emotionally what's going on all the time, how you're feeling, there will be no dramas. Like, there won't be any issues, because you're always talking about it. And if both parties are open and flexible and want to actually develop the relationship and improve it, then when that communication line opens and you just talk about it, then literally there's resolution, there's change, and there's growth. And if something's not growing, it's dying. So communication is key.
And I think also adding into that is making sure that like you're accountable to each other would also be another one. So Kayne and I are super accountable to each other. He obviously has things that he needs to get done. I have things that I need to get done. And unless you can kind of pull each other up when you're not doing those things, which once again comes down to communication, Kayne's just like, I told you, then yeah, I think that's just, the number one thing.
Yeah.
Like, and just making sure that you're heading on the same trajectory. So where do you want the business to go? What do you want it to look like? And make sure that looks the same, because if that doesn't look the same, then essentially you'll end up in a clash at some point down the track.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's
We got there in the end.
Yeah, that's our gold nuggets for today. But we will catch you on the flip side. I want to hear about all of your arguments that all of you couples have had in the comments. I reckon that'd be like just the stupid things that you're like, I can't even believe we argued about that, because we've got a few and we'll put them in the comments.
Hopefully. If we remember to put them in the comments.
If not, just tag me.